Hey, sports fans, it's Gridiron Girl back again. I know 3 times in 1 week. It's like feast or famine. But I wanted to kind of expand on a point that I made in the previous section where I was talking about how if the team had played in a much more cohesive fashion, we wouldn't have hurt so much over that missed field goal and that missed extra point. They're very, very important. Yes, it's always a good idea to make sure that you're consistent with that. But if we'd have played the way I think we can, we would have had much more of a cushion and we wouldn't have gone into overtime. And I'll tell you what, I am about half past these squeakers. I can't even handle it. So I wanted to kind of talk about what I see, and for better or for worse, all right? So when a couple of seasons ago, it was all about the O-line. It was about the offense. We didn't have a very solid offense. The defense was holding everybody off. They were getting exhausted every game, and Russell would produce. No matter what happened, out of the pocket, he would produce. And so it was the defense and Russell Wilson show. And then our offense got punched up. Schottenheimer did an amazing job. He's getting the guys together, and I think we have a pretty solid offense now. I really do. We have two incredible wide receivers in Lockett and Metcalf, and they're really, really starting to gel. On the other hand, I don't see that with the defense. I really don't. Our secondary is still for crap. There's no good communication. There's case in point. All right. I'm at the Rams game, and I saw this happen a couple of times, and I've never seen it before. And I was sitting in the same seats as I was last year. McDougald at one point was trying to get the attention of the guys on the other side, specifically Trey Flowers. And I don't know if they were shaking him off. It looked like they were shaking him off. It looked like they saw him and they were like, whatever. And he starts shaking his head, and he was so distracted by that, he almost missed the snap. All right. That I've never seen before. You have somebody waving at you, trying to get your attention. It means he sees something on the line that you really need to know about. So whether you agree with it or not, or whatnot, whether or not you can hear him, just make sure that you guys are aware of everybody else prior to that snap, because that's when you're going to see stuff, and that's when you're going to have to recalibrate, right? Second thing, oh my God, where is our pass rush? Seriously, where is it? I think Winston went down once in the entire game, and that was in the third quarter. Check me on that. He's not that good a quarterback. He really isn't. But we made him look like he could have thrown a frozen turkey and it would have connected with whatever receiver he had. What the hell is that about? Okay? We need to have a pass rush so that the opposing quarterback, doesn't have time to go out and get a sandwich and eat it because he's got so much protection in the pocket. You guys need to break through those holes. You need to punch through that line, and you need to stop him before the ball even gets out of his hands. All right? Ziggy. Number 94, I wasn't really that excited when you were signed. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was a lot of hype. I didn't understand why we signed a guy who had an injured shoulder. Yeah, you had a couple of really good seasons, but last season wasn't one of them, all right? And the prognosis was that you were not going to be able to play in the off season. I don't know how much play you even got or how much practice you even got in the preseason. This is not something where your head is 100% in the game. This is not like for rocket scientists. You can't sit and stare at the playbook and stare at a bunch of films and think you've got the program, the defensive program. Clowney was signed very, very close to when you were. He's on the field, he's doing his job, and he's producing. You want to know? Case in point. Okay, so Ziggy Ansah had 1 total sack, 1 assist against Tampa Bay. So I guess Winston was yours. Thank you very much for doing your job. 1 sack and 1 assist against Atlanta, and 2 sacks and no assists against the Ravens. On the other side of things, Clowney had 2 sacks and 1 assist, I guess in Tampa Bay. Okay, so I stand corrected. 2 sacks, 1 assist against Tampa Bay, 3 sacks against Atlanta, and 3 against the Ravens. That's where you need to be, sir. That's where you need to be, because in your best season, you averaged 2.6 sacks, not assists, sacks in a game. Okay? And 1 is not cutting it. All right? So what I want to see is I want to see you getting up, punching through the line, and doing your damn job. And as far as the secondary is concerned, seriously, the second they get 1 foot away from you, you might as well just kiss them goodbye. You have to stop them. You're the final line of defense. And it's just ridiculous. It's really ridiculous to me. I cannot believe that I am watching the Seattle Seahawks defense. Sorry. It's just, I'm extremely disappointed. And great. We're 7-2. That's fantastic. But I'll tell you what, we are not a playoffs team, and we've got a hella tougher schedule going forward than we did going behind. Okay? This is not the Legion of Boom by any means. And I get that. We weren't expecting that, but this is not a championship team, and this is not a playoffs team. So it's all very well and good that we have this great schedule, but I wonder how long it's going to last. So step up the damn game, guys, because you don't want me coming down to VMAC and having to come to Jesus. I'll tell you what, you really don't. It's not going to be pretty. This is Gridiron Girl. That's my opinion. Go Hawks.